Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Stitchin Post, and I'm Nancy, and we're doing a little something different today. Although it's knitting, we're felting. And I know I showed everybody the felted clogs. Thank you, I've gotten some emails and I'm responding to them. I just got them yesterday or last night. I wanted to talk about Christmas ornaments that you can make. And Val, I'm going to hold this up. This is church mouse felted gingerbread ornaments. And the other pattern that you can use all your leftovers on is the Jolly Wee Elves. Again, from Church Mouse, and they're really adorable. I can answer questions about that, but I'm really talking about felting today and working with felt. First knitting and then other stuff. So first off, the felted gingerbread ornaments are really fun to do. You are knitting double-stranded up on size 13 needles, and essentially you're making squares or blocks. You can use any yarn that is over 55-60% wool. What happens is when it has acrylic and different things in it, it's not going to felt as much. And I have examples here to show you. But the wool we have to felt with, it's the wool stock from Blue Sky Fibers. Again, it's $9.35 for 123 yards. This is a worsted weight. Again, you're going to knit it double. And I've also brought out the Ultra Alpaca, and we bought some really fun colors for the holidays. My favorite is that green. Ultra Alpaca sells for $14, 219 yards, and it's a 50-50 blend wool alpaca. So the alpaca in here is going to give it a little bit of a halo effect, and I'll show you what that means. But about felting and when we felt. So I have some samples here. First I want to talk about the pattern. Excuse me, and if we open this up, it gives you items to trace, the heart stars and the gingerbread man and gingerbread woman, or girl and boy, I should say. And ideas of how to decorate so they look like cookies, or I did other colors with them. And then I have an embellished mine. I want to talk about that. But when you pick a yarn and you're knitting double, you want to make sure that it's twice the size that you want, because it will shrink. That's the idea of felting. So these have gone through, my washer has a sanitary cycle, and when I wash things, I wash it extra hot on the sanitary cycle, and then I throw them in the dryer. So just to give you a for instance, how different yarns felt, these are both the same yarns. And we have this here at the store. I didn't pull it. They were scraps of Kenzie by Haiku, which is a Skacel yarn. Just two different colors, same yarn, but look how different they felt it. How much tighter the green got as opposed to the cream color. Now, I can't give you the reason why that happens, except for possibly the dye, or if it got hit harder by my towels on one side than the other. I don't necessarily have a reason, but this swatch, I have to tell you, was about over 10 inches wide. And look how tiny it is now, because I expected to get a lot of shapes like this big heart out of it. Now, I'm going to show you what I traced, and we sell this here at the store, and we have two different types, and they're really just, Val, what is this? Plastic.
Plastic.
It's
Tempered
just plastic, tempered plastic, $275 and $250, I believe. The difference is minute as far as this is a little thicker than this, both would work. So I just traced it out and then cut them out. And that way you're not damaging your pattern, but these are also reusable. And I really like the idea of reusing. If you do it on paper, I tend to rip my paper too easily, but if you have cardstock or cardboard, all the same. I just like this because I can kind of see through it. So this is ultra alpaca here, felted, and can you see this halo effect it gets, the fuzzies on it? The color softened a little than what it was. And then this was the gold, also ultra alpaca, but look at how much nubblier it got. It just felted differently and slightly different thicknesses on it. So felting is an interesting process. Again, be careful when you felt. We all have had our old sweater issues when we put by accident a good sweater in the washing machine and it's now a child's sweater. But once you have your items felted of what you're knitting, you can just use your templates to cut them out. The other items I want to show you that we sell here at the store is felted fabric. Now this is 100%, I'm gonna, wool felt. And I'm gonna explain the difference between that and this, which is 100% wool fabric. And the difference is, this is a woven product. And so if you get close, you can see. It's a fabric just like this tablecloth. It has not been washed, so it has not been felted. You can wash this. When you buy wool felt, the difference is, and this is a pressed, it's wool that's gone through a press. It's not woven, it's like crafting felt. So it's a very different product, also not as expensive as 100% wool. So it has different uses, but for Christmas ornaments and different things or stockings, it's really fun to use this. And it is 100% wool. It's just been pressed, not woven. I also brought out 2 colors of tiramisu. And what I wanted to, and I forgot to add this, these will felt. And when you add this to a solid as your second yarn, think of how cool that's gonna look when you run more than just a single color with it. It's gonna add texture. The silk in here is not gonna felt, so you're gonna see that silk and it'll become a little nubbly and stick out a little because the wool around it will felt and push that silk out. So think about texture when you're felting as well for these ornaments. You don't just have to do flat fabrics. So that's the difference between the wool. We're gonna give you a little teaser. Yesterday we had a woman from a neighboring town who hand dyes her own wool fabrics. So some of them are mottled with different colors, some of them are over dyes, over plaids. They are so cool. I got so excited. I love wool. But Val is going to give you a hint of what's coming into the store. Now, unfortunately, everything I've shown you up to this is going to be and is online. These, once we get them cut up into the pieces, will not be online because there's limited quantities. But you can call us, you can come in. We can't necessarily get specifics, but I had a ball yesterday with them. They let me help pick colors, which they probably didn't want extra help, but I did it anyway because I love wool. So now I want to go into the second part of this, which is embellishing your ornaments. And if we look back on this pattern, it shows you and gives you different ideas of what you can do on yours to make it either look like icing or just add fun buttons to. They just did some circles here. You could cut out different circles and make snowmen. You can take this to anywhere you want. So everybody has their grandmother's button jar. So go to your button jar, come in here, go through ours, and look at all the fun buttons and think about what you could do, you know, as eyes on your little, or if you want to put buttons.
Okay, can you pause for a second?
I have to pause.
Okay, so we're having a hard time hearing you, so I don't know what's up with my mics. So just bear with me for 1 second. I'm just going to take a pretty look at that felt for a second, and I'm just gonna remove the microphone. Oops, sorry guys. Obviously, I didn't get that fixed. Whoop. Oops, sorry, again. Okay. All right, Nance, just keep talking like normal now.
Okay.
Be loud.
So here we go.
Project your voice.
Well, that's easy for me to do for those who know me. So I was just playing, and like I have star buttons, so we can just put a star over a star. You can do anything you want. Just have fun. The second part of this, so you have your button box. Sue Spargo, and this was her wool here, has a great book. And in this book, and I've shown this before, she gives all different types of stitches and embellishment ideas. And you could take this and use it to embellish. And we have a couple of different ideas as far as that goes. We have her thread here. Most are between $5 and $5.50, depending if it's a solid or a variegated. But think about how you could outline her dress in red or do some black on here.
You could make the ends to the hang it.
And you could also hang it.
Okay.
We also have, and I forgot to bring it over, grosgrain ribbons that you can use, and one of the pretty colors is cranberry, and that is up online. The other idea, if you want to go again for fun and just variety, is going back to the trailhead yarns and the jars, because if I open this, look at all that you get. So you get a bunch of colors here, and if I show from the bottom, you'll get lots of. So there's 50, I love how they write this, 15 curated colorways to bring your next project to life. And this is tencel yarn. Your 15 skeins, roughly 30 yards each, is $65, which actually isn't bad. It's roughly $4 a hank or skein for that. So there are some ideas that we have for you. Today was a little bit shorter. I'm sorry about the
Yeah, we gotta do a test after this.
the test. We'll have to keep practicing, especially since Val is going to film her block printing, which you should go look online and sign up for. It's a great class. It's really fun. And if those of you who follow me on Facebook will see, or Stitchin Post, I keep reposting all the classes and information about her block printing and her posts, because they're really cool. I'm very jealous I don't have that skill yet. I can't say I wouldn't have it, but it's not a yet. To give you again a heads up, we are doing the Trailhead Yarns Advent Calendar. That will be starting December 1st. I've given you a few peeks, as I showed, I believe, last week, and I can show again. Val has told me I am naughty. So again, I'll give you another sneak peek. These are selling out on here, but starting December 1st, I'm gonna pull out all my cards, will be up in front of the fireplace, and we'll be opening them every day. So you'll see what comes up next. And hopefully you can open yours with me and knit along with me. So these are $130. They are on our website, or call us. The nice is a lighter color with brights, and the naughty is a darker color with jewel tones. So you decide whether you're naughty or nice. We have a little bet here going as to which we're gonna sell out of first. And so far, I think we're selling out of naughty before nice. So some of you nice people, come on. You have to get involved with this because it'll be a lot of fun. I hope you all have a great day. Stay well. I know here in Sisters, we're on a 2-week temporary, like restaurants and bars and things, shut down. So please support your local restaurants and coffee shops. If your town is also in a partial shutdown, it's hard for them, and we want to keep them all going, as well as all our local shops and us here at the Stitchin Post, so I can keep coming to you with Knitting with Nancy. Have a great day, stay well, and we'll talk to you before Thanksgiving, I think, again. Have a good afternoon. Bye.